You were asked out by your crush to come and hang out with her after school. On your date, she drained your blood and buried you in the woods thinking that you were another easy victim, and now, the next morning, she looks horrified when you walk into class. Hey, I want to show you something. I smiled widely, following Lydia into her basement. It was dark, the lights left off. I felt a little surprised, and excited. I felt her grab my hand, tugging me further in. Stand right here. I obeyed, opening my eyes as wide as possible in the hopes of seeing something. But as they adapted to the dark, I found myself blinded as the lights were thrown on. A moment later something tightened around my ankles, lifting me upside down into the air. What's happening? I shouted, blinking rapidly. My eyes watered as they adjusted, revealing Lydia standing there with a sharp knife, and a wicked grin. Oh, I'm sorry, did you think I wanted to hang out with a loser like you? I just wanted you to hang for me, and so I could get your blood. I looked to the floor beneath, seeing a grill and a large bucket. A searing pain opened across my throat, and I felt warm blood pour across my face. She laughed, as I found myself growing colder. I couldn't speak, but I could mouth at her, as I glared. You'll regret this. She cupped her ear, tilting her head to the side. You'll have to speak up. I felt black creep over my mind. The room fell away, as my consciousness drained with my blood. I awoke with a gasp, before choking on the diet I breathed in. I pushed up, breaking through a few inches of soil. A shallow grave, how amateur. I pulled myself free, brushing some of the clumps from my clothes. She hadn't even emptied my pockets, as I felt my keys rattle. With a chuckle I walked home. The moon was high in the sky, the midnight rays shining down. It had been a long time since my last murder, but it was good to see my protections were still active. I reached my house with little issue, entering quietly. It was quiet, as always. I made my way to my room, stripping off my ruined clothes. I would have to get more now, but maybe I could get Lydia to replace them. It would be a good way to get her to repay me for the inconvenience. You're late. I looked at the mirror. My reflection twisted into a sardonic smile, eyes dripping black. You know why I'm late, don't act surprised. My reflection laughed. Oh, I know. You walked willingly into that trap. It was a good thing you're my host. I rolled my eyes. My protection was annoying, as much as it was right. I had grown complacent, the long years of inactivity draining my vigilance. Yeah. Look, I will get her back for it, all right? Besides, how was your day? It frowned, shaking its head. Annoying. Another cleric refused to heed my warning, and now there is another slaughtered congregation. Which I will be blamed for. Again, I winced. That was definitely worse. I settled down to go to bed for the small amount of time I had left before school tomorrow. I walked into class at my usual time, a few minutes before school started. Lydia was already there, laughing with one of her friends. But as she looked at me the laugh died, as her face paled. I smiled, winking at her. She spluttered, eyes darting around. I walked over, gently putting my hand on her desk. Hi Lydia. Thanks for the interesting time yesterday. She was breathing heavily, and I smirked, standing up. Any crush I had was long since gone, drained with my blood. I will see you later. I walked away, grinning to myself. She was definitely panicking. I didn't mind. I expected she would do one of two things after school. Either corner me, and try to work out what was happening, or head to the woods, and my shallow grave. Whichever path she chose, we were going to have a conversation. And she wouldn't like it.